Okay, for those that have an issue or hard time with the food saver, this piece of cake. Alright, you got to make sure you have enough room. Rough side down, and it's got to go in your little reservoir here, so that when it sucks the moisture out, that's what that's for. The moisture will go in there, and you got to make sure you got enough room so you can shut it. You make sure that you're pushed down and you lock it in place. Mine's got a mode. You got dry and moist. I want moist. I'm going to hit vacuum. Okay? I'm going to make sure it gets it. Get all the air out as you can, and you let it go. Now you have to. After each one, you got to let it rest for a little bit, because it'll overheat. You don't want it to overheat on you. So what I usually do is I get a Sharpie ready right there. So when it's done sealing, give it a second. Now it's done. Unlock it, open it. Now it's got to heat, cool off. You take this and you write on it. Today's date is April 14th. So I'm going to put April 14th, and it is a pork roast. See how nice that is? I will stick this in here. Alright, now it should be cooled enough. You get the next one. Now I'm going to do chops. Same thing. See the space I have in between the chops and up? Put it in. Push down and shut it. Mode to moist. Vacuum. Try to help it out with a little bit. Help it a little bit. Get the air out. It'll suck most of the air out, and then it'll seal. Remember, rough side on the bottom, smooth side on top. I'm not talking about the meat, I'm talking about the sealer bag. Now that you're done, unlock, lift up. See, that bar is cooling. That bar's got to cool. Come down here, date it. Always date it. That way there you know when you you can't say when you bought the meat, but when you froze it, because you don't want to leave it in too long, and you got to separate it. You can't just pile it on. It won't freeze. Once it freezes, then you can pile them. Now see, this might be a little harder, but we'll find out. Put it in. Lock it. Mode. Vacuum. See it? The juices get sucked. That's what that little reservoir is, just in case you don't make a mess with your juices everywhere. Remember, always write on it. This is what helps it cool, because you take your time to write. See, this vacuum is done. Seal is sealing. Now it's done. Lights are off. Unlock it. Lift it. Now it's cool. Cooling. It's not cool. It's cooling. Same thing. April 14th. It's today's date. Oops. And these are chops. See, this stuff's already froze, so I can put it on top until that freezes. You don't want to overfill your freezer either. See? Rough? Not rough. Rough goes on the bottom. If you don't wait for it to cool, you can break your machine, because it will overheat. Now see, this might need a little help. not really, not too bad. When I write on it, I never write on the meat. I always write up on the top part. I don't know. When I do this, I'll show you how I do the bags too. I only do a few bags at once, because then again, same thing. You gotta let that bar cool. The pop bar. Don't know if they got replacements for that. I don't know. I haven't got to that part yet. Hopefully I never get to that part and have a boatload of meat that I have to do. Then I'll be up Shit's Creek without a paddle, as I say. Alright. My last pack. I already did a bunch of ribs. Well, not a bunch, too. Lock it. Moist. Vacuum. Up it out a little bit. I do. The only thing is, when I show you how to cut the bags, I gotta save that cut bag. And there's different sizes. I didn't get them. There's shorter ones, which I wish I would have got for my sausage. Not my sausage. But see, this here has a little sealer too. Alrighty. Last pack. Alright. Down here. 414. And they're chops. Alright. Put that over here and let that freeze. Now, all bags have a little indication on it. Okay? A little measuring. We'll do halfway. Okay? Make sure you push down and you lock it. You don't gotta hit the mode because there's nothing in it. What you do is you hit seal, and then there's your bag. Okay? And when that's done, unlock it. Now that I'm done with it, I'm gonna let it sit. Just to cool off before I store it. Then you take this out. You look at it. There, I did a good job. Nothing leaked.